universe to be possible.
Hello. Thank you very much for your tender and conscious comments. One of my passions is working with children, and I had the opportunity to be in India last year working with small children, and I was amazed at how, no matter what they've been through, they had this joy and this compassion and this feeling of connection with community, even to the point where they would write on our hands, "When the world gives you 1,000 reasons to cry, show the world you have 1,000,000 reasons to smile." I found it so beautiful. One of the things I do is work with children in yoga, in visualization, in creative play. And I find children in our community are already starting to multitask and looking at the digital community and getting very fragmented in minds. And one thing I find that works very, very well is teaching through stories. And I was wondering if you had a sweet story that we may be able to share, even with our own children, helping to illustrate the power of mindfulness or joy, compassion, maybe one of your favorites.
When I was small, I saw the drawing of a Buddha on the cover of a Buddhist magazine. The Buddha was sitting on the grass, very peaceful, very happy. And I wished I can be someone like him, because around me people are nervous, unhappy. So the first time when my school organized a outing, climbing a mountain, I was very excited because we learned that there was a hermit practicing on the mountain in order to become a Buddha. I had not seen a hermit before, so I was very enthusiastic climbing. And we were organized in groups of 5 boys or 5 girls. And many hundreds of us were climbing the mountain. We did not know how to practice walking meditation. We tried to climb as quickly as possible. And half the way, we drank all our water. We were very thirsty when we come up to the top of the mountain. And the worst thing is that I learned that the hermit was not there. Perhaps he had heard that 500 children are coming. It's not quite enough for him, so he had hidden himself somewhere in the mountain. So when we were given the order to display our picnic and eat, I alone venture into the wood, hoping that I can see the hermit. And I hear the sound of water dripping, and I follow, and I discover a very beautiful natural well. The water was very limpid, and you know that I was very thirsty. I'm so happy, I kneel down and cup the water and drink. And suddenly a thought came to me. I believe that the hermit has transformed himself into a well so that I can have a private audience with him. And when you are small and when you have read many fairy tales, you believe things like that. And after I have drunk the water, I feel so peaceful, so happy, so fulfilled. that the need, that I didn't feel any desire at all. Even the desire to meet the hermit as a person. And as I was very tired, I lie down and I fell into a very deep sleep. I didn't know how many minutes I slept, but when I woke up, I didn't know where I was. It took time to remember that the other boys were waiting for me. I left the place with a lot of regret. And I had to leave my beloved well and to go down. And in my mind, there is a sentence coming up. I have drunk the most delicious water in the world. And when I were back with the other children, I did not have the intention to tell them the story that I have met the hermit in the form of a well. It sounds like if I tell them, well, I will lose something. My experience, kind of deep spiritual experience, I wanted to keep by myself, to keep it long. And later on, when I grew up, I had the hope that everyone I meet will have a chance to meet his hermit also in their lifetime. Maybe you have met your hermit, but you have not recognized him. Your hermit might not be a well, but might be a rock, or a tree, or a child, or a mountain. But once you have got the hermit, you know where to go. And you begin your spiritual life that can help you to overcome difficulties and find peace. And that is one of the stories I like to tell children who come to Plum Village and to practice.